Hey gang, PowerBricks back with another LEGO Megazord review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Pharoh Valore Megazord. Now this Megazord is part 2 of my Egyptian Force Megazord line, the Power Rangers Egyptian Force, whatever you want to call it, the ones with the little minifigures. Okay, so if you haven't checked out that last video, check that out. It's part 1, this is part 2. So what we have here is the evil team, and this is for the Anubis, the Pharoh Valore Megazord. I almost called it the Anubis Valore, but that's not what it's called. It's the Pharoh Valore Megazord. So here we have 3 Ranger figures, or 2 Ranger figures and another villain. We have Anubis right there, we have the Cobra Ranger, and right here we have the green Crocodile Ranger, or dragon. His transforms into a dragon. So I'm going to go over each one. I'm going to start off with the Cobra, then I'm going to get to the alligator, and then we're going to get to this guy last because he's the biggest. So let's get into it. Okay, so first off, here is the Cobra Ranger himself. He is a tannish color with hints of gray, and I sort of just wanted to go for a simple design. Whoops. That wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, kind of, it does come out, but you get the gist of it. Okay, so pretty much that is it right there. And he just has leg articulation. He's much like the others. I'm going to grab Red and compare him to him because they look very similar in design, but they are a little different. You see, just a little comparison to his buddies. I'll get the other guys out. So here they are. This is the little team of Rangers. We have Sphinx, the Ra, or the Egyptian bird, and then we also have the Yellow Ranger Sword there. So, Yellow Ranger. I called it the Zord because I just fidgeted with the Megazord. Something was off. But anyway, that's it. These guys aren't up for review because that review already happened. So if you haven't checked it, then check it out again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And he doesn't want to hold on to this for some reason, so we're just going to get on to the Zord. Oh, that's why. Yeah, I have to move it up a bit. But you know how it is. It's Lego. So we're going to go to the next thing, and that is the brother sit up. And that is for this, the Cobra. So I did a pretty interesting job. I don't even think I made a snake before. This is my first snake Zord. Now he has articulation to where he can slither, and his tail is kind of pointed, you know. So that's pretty much it. And let's get a good look at his head sculpt there. I gave it some simple details, but I just wanted to keep it pretty interesting. His mouth does open and close, so he can openly strike. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for this guy. Let me give you another little look at the top. We have gold up there, and my Legos are all chipped. I don't know why. I think these were a part of the set that I got from eBay, so yeah, that probably explains why. But it kind of matches, it fits it, because he's an old little architecture. So that's it. Let's get to and next we have the Green Ranger figure. Here he is, guys, and he came out really interesting. I really love the color design. I was going for like a Tommy look, obviously, but it kind of is a little different. His arms move at the same time, and I also was able to find a gold peg to hold it in place. They all have different color pegs. Some of them have some that are the same as the Ranger, so you wouldn't even notice. But it was just my thing when I was building. I just could not build him with any other color other than black, or so it happened to be gold. I didn't expect gold. But yeah, that's all you're going to get is just simple articulation there. His arms do move individually, by the way. You just have to hold the other one to do it. And his head is rotatable. So that's pretty much it for this Ranger, guys. This is cute little guy. Cool little Ranger toy, you know, something cool. So yeah, let's get to the Zord. So here it is, the crocodile. Now, this Nile crocodile, I called him alligator earlier. Apologies, I'm so sorry. Yeah, he's probably going to bite me for that later. But here he is, guys. This is the look of the Zord. Articulation, he's very articulated. He has a ball joint there, so you know he has all kind of free movement. His legs can kind of move, but they're not supposed to. These can because he can walk in the back, so I guess that counts. His tail is on a ratchet, so the clicky the cookie satisfaction. Oh, how much do I love that so much. So his tail can move side to side, so sort of he can get a sort of like crocodile swimming motion, I guess. But also his mouth opens wide and he has cannons here for shooting. I didn't want to give him a lot of teeth, and I'll show you why. More so is because if I did, I'd have to make his head a little bit bigger, and that would just put a little bit too much weight on the Zord. But you're gonna see why I say that soon. So to get it into the dragon mode, this is the interesting part. Now, I did not realize this guy had a dragon mode until I started playing and fidgeting around with him. I was like, wait a minute, this thing can transform? Okay, so let me show you how it works. What you're going to do first is just fold that up like that. Bam, bam, those are his horns. And there's his body. Roar, dragon mode. And it goes. That's so cool. He just flies around like MMPR and he can shoot. Oh, this is just dope. So that is that. I really enjoy this set. The Egyptian set is probably one of my favorites. It's just so fun. I didn't really think this was going to be that fun, but it became extremely fun. And this was also a suggestion from one of my viewers. I can't remember the name, but thank you so much. You know who you are. You've been telling me to build it for a long time, and I did, and I had so much fun. So here it is. That is the crocodile slash dragon. And we're going to get on to the next Zord. So here is Taurus Anubis. This is one of my favorite Zords I've ever created. And you'll see why, because of all of the modes that it has. That is why this portion of the review is going to take so long. This is going to be a long video. So, you know, get your popcorn and drinks ready, some candy, whatever you need, snacks. It's going to go down right now. So we have Taurus Anubis, and this comes with 4 figures in just this mode. So we're going to start off with the Anubis figure himself. Now, I made him from scratch, and I would say that this design did come from Google. I seen an Anubis figure. I was looking for something simple just to, you know, kind of flow with his design. He was the first guy I made before I made the Rangers. Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I would have never, ever made a Ranger figure. I have a lot now for you guys and these Zords, so strap up. Those are going to be interesting too. This is it, and he came out very interesting. We have upper arm articulation. Really, it goes 360. Same with the other one. He has his little staffs. His head does not move, and his body doesn't move. He just sits there, and he looks super Anubis-y. And he just does his job at destroying the Rangers while he has 2 evil Rangers like Blake and Hunter. So that's pretty much it for this guy. He just gives command to this bull, and he does whatever he wants. So I'm going to show you the other modes, but before we get into the bull, I want to show you the pyramid. So let's start there. Okay, so in order to get this into pyramid mode, it's pretty simple. It doesn't require a lot of work. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to take off these doors/wings, and these are going to be the wings for the Minotaur. Now, if you know Egyptian art, you know what these look like. Do I have to go further? Okay, so let's get into this pyramid. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to rip off the treads. And that's pretty much it. These can sit to the side. They don't have any use. These are my favorite things. If you're making tanks, Tank Kind Knives will have you covered. Lego has cool treads too. I need to get me some rubber treads. I really want them. I had some, but I gave a lot of Legos away. So I don't really have them like that because of my generosity. So here is the pyramid. It is a different kind of pyramid. It is more so, I don't know, pyramidish, if that's a word. But this is it, guys, and it's pretty interesting. Doesn't really do much but be a pyramid. So that's pretty much all for this. Let's get into the bull. So here is our bull, and he looks very reminiscent of something from Gal, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I went for sort of the Gal bull look, but it's its own thing. You know, this bull looks very interesting. He looks definitely like a robot, but a bull. So that's sort of what I was aiming for. Now, the only addition to this guy is the articulation and a gun. So I will show you his head articulation, which is sort of regular. You can make a little cute pose and look at you. So, you know, he could do that. He can do that little bull thing, you know, how they, you know, his legs are articulated. The front does go like that and ratchet, but that's pretty much it, man. There's not really much to this. The only thing that you're gonna get also, and I can get it to if I can get it to focus, I have to keep tapping it to get it to focus. I don't know why it's supposed to be autofocus. It's this giant gun. So this gun can flip forward and he can blast the heck out of anybody. He has the Eye of Pharaoh up there. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all that bull can do. And he has a little bull tail and interesting little stuff on him. He's cool. I like it. He's cool. He's cool. He has his own little design. So let's get into the Minotaur mode. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this part. So I will get those black wings that I clipped from the pyramid. They will sit to the side. They don't have a function right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to form this Minotaur. So first we're going to flip open the legs and obviously fold back the tail because that looks wrong. So rotate it around. Now he's bow-legged, but this is what makes him cool. Now you fold these around like that. It's on a simple ball joint. You flip around this, which is on full ratchet. You detach the head and plug it on top. Let's line that up correctly, buddy. There we go. He sandwiches right there. You open up his fingers, and they work. Kinda. Yeah, they work. So you open up his fingers, and there's that. Now we're going to move the camera up just a little bit, and we're going to come to the back of the figure, and we're going to plug in his little wings of justice. No, not really justice. These guys are bad. So once you do that, boom, there is your Minotaur mode. Sort of. Let me fix that. So there is your Minotaur mode, guys. Yeah, he kind of holds up well, a little top heavy, but he stands. So there it is. And I will also get Anubis to show you the size comparison. And he towers over him by a lot. That is the Minotaur Taurus mode. I had that wrong. That was the first mode. But yeah, you get the gist of it. So articulation, his arms move 360. That's it. His legs can move, as you already know, due to transformation and because he's a robot now. And these are supposed to go forward so that he can bend his knees at least. But yeah, he gets a little action there. He can have some fun. He can fight the Zord off for a little bit. But then soon he's going to need all the evil power of the pharaohs to transform. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Just transform it. And so first we're going to start with the ground up. And we're going to take off the treads once more off of the pyramid. And once we do that, it splits. And then we just get these right here, and we sort of just plug them on the back, and they just rest there, but it just makes his legs like 10 times thicker, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing, but we're going to still do it anyway, because it's a pyramid. I was thinking of pyramids when I made this. So, these are the legs, guys, I believe. Yes, they are. So, these are the legs, guys. Let's get into the rest. So, to get this guy into his mode, we are going to first take off these wings because they have no use. We're going to fold up each finger individually and then rotate it around like that. And you will see why in just a moment. So, what we're going to do next is also, I almost forgot, take off the bull head. It's going to have some use in just a second. So, we're going to get the body and we're going to rotate this all the way around and make sure it's sort of like collapses in. You know, I just want to make sure I get that right. So we're just gonna collapse that like that, and it kind of works. Or is that wrong? No, I don't think that's right. I think it's right. Did I do it right? Ah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, we bring these up. Now it's correct. Okay, and we're just going to raise that up a little bit, and we're going to connect this bull right here. So that's going to go upwards, and this is how it's going to look. The upper body, right, it sticks out a lot. This is a giant neck. So let's get into the arms. So now it is Cobra and crocodile time. I almost called him a dragon. So, he is a dragon. So, let's get into this first. I'm going to do his next because this is my favorite. But I do like the Cobra. It's pretty simple. So, you're just going to fold that out. And go like that. And there he's done. That is the arm. Yes, he is a giant stabber dagger. Stabber dagger. Yeah, he has this. Okay, so we're going to get into the next one. Just move that guy to the side. And we're going to fold this up like so. Like you're turning him into the dragon, but without doing the dragony stuff. So, you're also going to fold up the legs. And his tail unplugs, which is now a giant weapon. Woo! So, yeah. You're just going to get this and fold it down. And there's the other arm. Whoa. That was an earthquake. I hit the entire camera. Not a literal one, guys. Yeah, that's just my arm. I'm kind of buff. So, that's why. So, here it is, guys. And now we're going to get so much stuff. Well, you know what that means? Well, brightness is way too high. You know what that means, guys? Let's connect this stuff and clean it up a little bit. So, we're going to plug these two pegs into... It can be either side, by the way, guys. So if I got it wrong, it could be that way or it could be this way. It doesn't matter. So you're going to just plug them in right there. And there are, whoops, that's what I'm talking about. Right here, buddy. Work. There we go. And there are your legs. Beautiful legs. There are your legs. So there are the legs. And we are going to make the arms. So, the arms plug in right there. Alright, let me stop that. So the arms plug in right there, and they will form a very interesting warrior looking like Zord. I'm shaking the camera like crazy. But I'm trying not to. Please forgive me. Oh my gosh. So, you're going to fold up that, and that becomes the head. Now we're going to give him a giant sword. Now we're going to come to his back and plug in the wings. And this will make it really, really interesting. It's going to pop. So, which one did I put that in? Was that the first peg? Yes, it was. It was the first peg. Yes. Is that right? Yes, sir. Alrighty. Just making sure, guys, because sometimes I can be off with this. So let's get a little zoom, a little look. Here is the Zord. It's a very interesting portion Zord for sure. You be the judge. Don't hate, though. Do not start hating. I was going to put a chest plate. I ain't going to lie. But I didn't want to. Because I wanted this to have 3 Zords like the other. If I give it 4, it just would feel off. Then I'd have to make a whole nother Zord, which I was going to make another giant bird Megazord. But no, I won't. It's that right there. That's kind of driving me nuts. So we're going to make sure it fits. And you know what? Forget it. You can't flap today, buddy, anyway. They can just stick on the side and go up like that. It'll be fine. So, yeah. This is the Zord, guys. Now, articulation we have is that. Some slight bend out the... No, we have a full bend at the elbow. Yeah. There is the Cobra side. You also have your ratchet joints. This guy can't articulate, but due to his big bull arms, he can't. As much as I would want him to, but you see the little heaviness I'm talking about? That's because of this, but it still works, so that doesn't matter. Every toy is not perfect. It's a toy. That's not supposed to be off. It's a good thing you guys didn't see it. So, yeah, this is the Zord. Let's get a little look at his face. Shall I bring him in closer? Do not hit my camera, Zord. Oh. Yeah, I just painted his face, guys. Like that. And I just gave him a little blue on there. Just a little different look. So this is the Zord, guys. Yeah, you be the judge. You let me know what you think of it. He is an anti-Zord to go against the other guy. So we will bring in the other guy, of course. Duh. Why wouldn't I? We can sit this to the side, but you know he has wings. I mean, no, we're not going to sit it to the side. I'll put it in. I won't be a jerk. He deserves his full power, just like any other Megazord, I guess. So we are going to give him his full power. Bam. There you go, buddy. And I should have done it like that. I had it in the wrong peg. So that's the completed Zord, guys, with his giant menacing power. So move him to the side, and I will bring in the other guy. So he's going to swoop in like he never left. Come on. Move on back, camera. Give him some space. He's big. Okay, he's got some heft. Oh, you see what I'm saying? Heft. I don't think they can even fit in the same frame together. That's because they're freaking huge, man. These things are well over 10 inches tall. They are the size of a real neck, if not a little bigger. So I'm going to move the camera back a little more. And here is how they look. You guys see my little cheap review station. I'm going to get a new one again. I always change it up. Gosh, what's wrong with me? All right, so here it is, guys. These are the Zords. You almost saw too much of my room. So, yeah, that's it, guys. You be the judge, and this is Power Bricks signing off.